Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bill from Competition Cars, and today we're going to feature the engine bay on this 1960 Mercedes-Benz 190 SL. Now, I already did an engine bay video this earlier and posted it, but I took it down because I didn't like the quality. It wasn't clear. I was kind of moving around too fast, and I want to just kind of slow the roll a little bit so you guys can see every inch of this car, this engine bay rather, for now, and see how nice it is. So what this is, I bought this car locally a couple of years ago. Car was all there. It was a solid running and driving car, what I called driver quality, with plenty of patina on it. And I was like, you know what? The car is all there. It runs good. It drives good. It hits the road nice. I think I'll just fix it up and improve the car and then turn around and sell it. I could have sold it just like it was, but I decided in my mind I was going to kind of fix it up a little bit. You know, paint correct it, maybe do a few odds and ends. And then once I started diving into the car, one thing turned into another. And we wound up basically turning a little quick, let's fix this car up into a full-blown 2-year restoration. Now, we're not experts on these cars, but what I did do is once we decided to do this, we decided we were going to do it right. I got on Bring a Trailer and I looked at every single car, every 190 that had sold for, upper 100s, 250,000, 280. And we tried to model those cars and kind of duplicate what those cars were, okay? Now, this is not a $200,000 car, obviously, but we used those cars as an example, as a model to go by. Now, as of right now, we're not completely done with this car, but we are completely done with the engine bay. I've got over $61,000 in receipts, okay? And those receipts are from Authentic Classics, K&K Manufacturing, some stuff directly from Mercedes. And what we tried to do was use the best parts available. And when there was a part available still from Mercedes, we bought it. Because some of these, you can still buy some parts directly from Mercedes. And then Authentic Classics, George, he was great to deal with. He also offers parts directly from Mercedes. So when that stuff was available, we used it. We did not want to cut any corners. And keep in mind that 61 grand, that was my cost with discounts, 15 to 20% discounts on parts. That doesn't count 1 ounce of labor. Although part of that 61 did include the $13,000 I spent with the body shop, okay? So there was that. But imagine if you guys had to do this yourself and you didn't get the discount that I got and you had to pay someone to do the labor. You'd be deep into 6 figures before you even started, with a car at that point. So like I said, I'm redoing this video. I already did one. I took it down because I wanted to make sure this was a very quality video. And again, we got on Bring a Trailer and we only looked at the best of the best cars and we did our absolute best to try to duplicate what they had there, okay? Solex carbs, original Solex carbs, which is nice, and they're dialed in. This car runs like $1 million. We replaced every single fluid in this car from front to back. Coolant, oil, rear diff, transmission, brakes, the whole 9. It has all new brake lines. Resealed the entire engine. Gaskets everywhere. So we just wanted to make this car as perfect as we could. So when we present this car and Bring a Trailer, which is where I think it's going to ultimately wind up at, we don't want any apologies, no excuses, just, hey, you know what? Car looks great. We did a good job. Again, we're not professional Mercedes-Benz restorers, but we do take pride in our work and we try to just make this thing as correct as possible. Now, with that being said, I have no doubt we, maybe didn't get everything exactly just right in terms of, correction, being super correct. Because I know the guys that look at these cars, they're going to find things that maybe we missed or didn't do just right. And I'm okay with some creative criticism and some correction. But yeah, if I say something wrong or you see something wrong, it's just because I didn't know or I misspoke. But we feel like we did a hell of a job on this car. We spent a lot of time, a lot of money, you know, over 61 grand in addition to the labor, in addition to what I paid for the car. So now you got a car that looks great. And something else is interesting. I've got the data card for this car, which I'll present all those pictures on the Bring a Trailer ad. Every single number that we see on this engine block and then the firewall and all that matches everything on the data card. So this is a very correct car as far as I'm concerned. I want you guys to look at this number, 121040, and then is that 10? Yeah, 1000680. So when I got this car, I thought it was missing a little separator that separates the convertible top from the engine or from the passenger compartment. And it turns out this particular car with that VIN number was considered I think just a plain roadster, meaning that it didn't come with a soft top. Now, we do have a soft top for it, okay? Somewhere along the way, the previous owner bought a soft top, but this car came from the factory, from what I understand, with the hard top only, and it was meant to drive, you know, during nice days, and you either put the top on or you took the top off. There was no soft top, but although this car now has that. So that's pretty interesting. Most of them have a different VIN. I think it's 121042, I think. So this is a little bit, it's a little interesting conversation. It took a few phone calls. Even some of the Mercedes guys didn't understand why it was missing that little divider that goes behind the back seats where your top would fold down. And mine was carpeted where everybody else's looked like vinyl or leather, or vinyl actually, not leather. And it turns out this car came that way from the factory. So I'm not sure, you know, if that matters to anybody. One more pass on this side. Like I said, I redid this video, trying to just take it a little slow so you guys can see the quality and the clarity in the video and see how nice this is. Even things down to the Mercedes battery. You know, I called Mercedes, gave them the VIN number, and that's the battery they said was meant for this particular car. I mean, it's obviously a little newer style battery, but I didn't cut any corners. I didn't do anything from, you know, I didn't want to put a parts store battery in it. I wanted to make it as nice and correct as possible, because I know the guys that are going to buy this car, or the ladies that might buy this car, are going to be very picky and want the best. So just know that we did everything we could to do this car as correctly as possible. New tires, again, went through the whole car mechanically and cosmetically, all new interior. And then as we go over these other videos on this car, I'll tell you, you know, things that like we replaced or whatever. So a lot of the original parts we had re-chromed, some stuff we replaced. It just depended on what was available and price and things like that. So there it is, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Car's supposed to have 44,000 miles. Can't 100% prove that, but the shape that it was in when I got it, it looked like it could have been a 44,000 mile car. Just, you know, it just had a little more patina than I cared for. And like I said, once I got into my idea of fixing it up, it's like, well, now if you do that, you might as well do this. And it just turned into taking the car apart. I have pictures and videos of this car in the paint shop, and it's apart. The body was not off the frame, but the windshield was out, the doors are off. There wasn't a piece of chrome or molding on this car anywhere. It was just a shell. So we'll have that to show as well. So like I said, I spent a lot of money on this car to get it right. And here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a little long and drawn out, but there it is. So any questions or comments, put them in the comment section. Again, I'm certainly open to learning if I did something wrong or didn't do something correct on this restoration. Please share that with me. But we think it's as right as we could get it for someone that's never done this particular car before. So there it is, guys. Enjoy it. Be on the lookout for Bring a Trailer, and we'll talk to you folks soon. Have a great day.